Okay, so have you ever stood there, maybe in a shop aisle, trying to pick between, I don't know, three things that look almost the same, or maybe wondered why that buy one, get one free deal feels, well, irresistible, like way more than just a simple discount?
Uh-huh. It feels like a no-brainer, right?
Totally.
Well,
Well, if that sounds familiar, you're about to meet your irrational self.
yeah, because the surprising truth, and this is backed by a lot of behavioral science, is that the way we make decisions is actually quite predictable, but profoundly irrational. We're doing a deep dive today into some key ideas from Dan Ariely's fantastic book, Predictably Irrational.
Right. And our mission really is to pull back the curtain on those hidden psychological forces, the ones shaping your choices every single day, often without you even noticing. We want to give you, the tools to maybe spot these biases, these mental traps that marketers and frankly, sometimes our own minds use.
Exactly. And Ariely, he's a behavioral economist, and what's so interesting is how he basically challenges that old school view of humans as purely rational decision makers. He shows we're driven much more by comparisons, by emotions, and these sort of invisible triggers that push us down the same, often illogical paths, which means our mistakes are actually predictable.
Okay, let's dig into that first big idea then. The power of relativity. You mentioned comparison. Ariely says we rarely judge anything on its own merit, right? We need to compare.
Precisely. We almost never know the absolute value of things, so we rely on relative advantage. How good is this compared to that?
And that opens the door for manipulation, like the decoy effect you hear about.
Oh, absolutely. The classic example from the book is that magazine subscription study. It's brilliant, really. So they offered an online-only subscription, let's say for $59, and a print plus online bundle for $125. Okay, people split between them. Then they added a decoy, a print-only option, also for $125. Now, nobody wanted the print only for the same price as the bundle. It was objectively a worse deal.
Right. Seems useless.
But it wasn't useless. Its presence made the Print Plus online bundle suddenly look like a fantastic deal compared to the print-only option. So guess what most people chose?
The bundle, I bet.
Overwhelmingly. That useless decoy dramatically shifted choices towards the more expensive option just by providing a point of comparison. It's kind of wild.
It really is. So just adding a bad option changes everything. Okay, what about the ultimate comparison anchor? The idea of why does zero cost make us lose our minds a bit?
Ah, the zero price effect. This is where pure emotion just steamrolls logic. Think about the chocolate test Ariely did. He offered people a choice. A fancy Lindt truffle for, say, 15 cents, or a basic Hershey's Kiss for 1 cent. Most people actually chose the truffle. A slightly better treat for 14 cents more seemed reasonable.
Okay, makes sense.
But then, they lowered both prices by just 1 cent. So the truffle was 14 cents and the kiss was free.
Ah,
Exactly. Suddenly, almost everyone grabbed the free kiss. The actual price difference was still 14 cents, same as before. But the word free, it triggers a powerful, irrational emotional response. It feels like there's no downside, no loss possible.
it bypasses the whole value calculation.
Wow.
Okay, shifting slightly. Let's talk about ownership, the endowment effect. Why do we value stuff more just because it's ours? I definitely do this. My garage is proof.
Oh, we all do. It's tied to loss aversion. Basically, losing something we own feels much more painful than the pleasure of gaining something equivalent. Ariely's work shows we demand way more money to sell something we own, like a coffee mug or concert tickets, than we'd ever be willing to pay to buy the exact same thing if we didn't own it.
So we inflate its value just because it's ours.
Yep. And that's why it's so hard to, declutter or let go of bad habits or even sell stocks that are losing money. Parting with it feels like a loss, even if logically it's the right move.
And this power of the mind, it doesn't just stop at what we own, does it? It actually shapes our reality through expectations.
That's another fascinating one. The problem of expectations. Do you really taste what you think you taste? Or hear what you think you hear? Ariely did studies, like with wine. If you tell people a wine is expensive, they consistently rate it as tasting better than the exact same wine when they're told it's cheap.
So they're just saying that, or?
No, get this, brain scans actually show that the expectation changes the activity in the pleasure centers of their brain. They literally experience it as better because they expected it to be. Expectations aren't just a filter, they can actually create your reality.
Okay, so pulling all this together, relativity, free stuff, ownership bias, expectations. What's the big takeaway for you listening right now? How do we use this?
Well, Ariely's point isn't just, hey, look how weird humans are. It's about awareness. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to defending against them. Think about those free trial offers that roll into expensive subscriptions, or complex pricing tiers designed to make one option look like a bargain using decoys. They're all leveraging these predictable irrationalities.
So knowing about the endowment effect might help you finally clear out that clutter, or realizing the power of free might make you pause before grabbing something you don't really need.
Exactly. It's about understanding why you feel a certain pull. Ariely reveals the mechanics, but it's up to you to apply that awareness, to ask yourself, is this decision truly serving me, or am I just reacting to a cleverly designed psychological trigger?
That really is the core message, isn't it? We're not these perfectly rational robots driving our lives. We're more like predictable creatures, often swayed by desire, comparison, and these subtle mental shortcuts rather than cold, hard facts.
Awareness is key.
Absolutely. So maybe take a second after this and think, where else in your life might comparison or that irresistible pull of free be quietly steering your choices? And look, if understanding these kinds of patterns, these insights into how our minds really work, is something you find valuable, then finding reliable reviews and deep dives is super important. We definitely recommend checking out the channel, the Audible Review. They do a great job analyzing sources like this, helping you become more aware.
Yeah, definitely worth a look for more content that helps you, well, outsmart your own brain sometime.
For sure. So please do like, share, and subscribe to the Audible Review channel for more deep dives that promote exactly this kind of useful awareness.